Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Azorius Sythesizer. I say that, but it's technically Jeskai in this deck because we're slotting in the Fire Crystal from Final Fantasy. Now, I don't know why people haven't been playing this while Final Fantasy came out, and somebody figured it out. I saw this in the deck list and I was thinking, what the heck? This is an Azorius deck. Why did you put so much mana just to slot in, or so many clanky mana just to slot in a Fire Crystal? Then I recognized the greatness of that thought. Whoever thought of this was a genius. Because all this says is rest spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, which, I mean, this is only rest spells, so that's never happening. But it also says creatures you control have haste. And then we have some flavor text about copying a creature. We don't care about that. Creatures you control have haste, you say? Well, that's insane, because Synthesizer, the only downside to the deck was it was not having haste. So I thought about putting in the hexproof booth or the warded boot in the deck, and I was thinking that's kind of slow. I can make 1 haste, it's not really worth it. Then I started thinking about other equipments, and whoever put the Fire Crystal in had the right idea. Guess what? It's an artifact, which means Repurposing Bay can actually just go from a 3-drop artifact into a free Fire Crystal. Yeah, and when that happens, oh, you can imagine our Synthesizers attacking with like 20, 30, 40 damages all in one turn, on the same turn that this happens. So it'll catch a lot of opponents off guard and break their back. So that's the whole idea of this deck. And Synthesizer deck's pretty straightforward. We lost Temporary Lockdown, but gained Pinnacle Star Cage, which is even way better because it is an artifact that we can also Repurposing Bay into. So now it's a Pinnacle Star Cage, Fire Crystal, Repurposing Bay deck with United Battlefront. So there are 2 ways to cheat out a bunch of cards in this deck, and when we do, it's going to be a lot of damage on board. Now the Edge of Eternity also gave us a few really good lands in Uthros, Titanic Gokor, and Adagia, the Windswept Bastion. So this Adagia is slightly less good because after we station it, after we fully station it, right? We get to pay for and tap it to copy an artifact or enchantment we control, and it's legendary. So we can copy Simulacrum and get an extra one. That's good. Not great, but it's good. And then Uthros, that's when you fully station this. That becomes a blue and a tap. This turns into Tolarian Academy. So if you ever play Vintage, or back in the days when EDH first came out and there was no ban list, Tolarian Academy was, oh my god, this is so good. Now this deck, of course, Simulacrum Synthesizer gave us a lot of artifacts, which means this is still going to give us a lot of mana. Even without the 0 mana, Moxus, this is still going to give us a lot of mana for a standard game. Now, the way we station these is we have to tap big creatures. Well, Simulacrum Synthesizers, if nothing else, give us big creatures for free. So this deck synergizes very well with the current meta, with the current Edge of Eternity. And Edge of Eternity gave us another card I forgot to talk about, Cryogen Relic. A 2-mana artifact that when it enters or leaves, draw a card, and when we can pay 2 to sacrifice this to put a stun counter on a creature, and 1 target tap creature. So if a creature is tapped, we can stun it. And that's, it's not great. We're not really looking to do that. But we can sacrifice this to the Repurposing Bay, and we get an extra card draw from it. That's where it kind of gets its shine. So that's the whole idea of the deck. Let's talk about the deck list now. It's going to be very straightforward, right? Turn 1, we got nothing. Just try to play a tap land. Make sure that you fix your mana. Turn 2, we're going to have 4 Clayfire Bricks, so we can fetch our playing and make sure that we have a turn 3 play. We also have 4 Spring-Loaded Soul Blades to take care of an opponent's creature, or 4 Cryogen Relic. If nothing else, we can draw a card. Right, these are turn 2 play. Turn 3, we have our Simulacrum Synthesizer and our Repurposing Bay. These are obviously the cards that we want to play on turn 3. We also have Braided Net, 3 Braided Net because I want to slot in the Fire Crystal. So 3 Braided Net to be able to tap down an opponent's creature. When we run out of nets, we can always sack it to the Repurposing Bay. So that's pretty good. Even when we don't run out, you can sack. And we also have 4 Pinnacle Star Cage. If our opponent's going wide, they're not going wide anymore. So remember, Star Cage, though, is not Temporary Lockdown. It only hits artifacts and creatures. So if your opponent's got a bunch of enchantments, they're here to stay. So be careful with that. And then we have 4 Perilous Snare, which will take any permanent we want. It's kind of an O-ring. And there's a pretty good O-ring effect, especially if you hit a token, because then you can sack it to the Repurposing Bay and get all our Fire Crystal. So turn 4... don't play the Fire Crystal. This is not for hard casting. Even though we could, it's not for hard casting. It's for Repurposing Bay. What we want to do turn 4 is actually the United Battlefront. We want to run United Battlefront out, get 2 Simulacrum Synthesizers, and watch our opponent squirm. Now, the land base. This is a pretty temple deck. 24 lands is enough. So we're going to have 2 Fabled Passages, mainly because we can try to get red pip out of Fire Crystal. If we somehow draw it, if we're unlucky enough to draw the Fire Crystal, we can still hardcast it with Fabled Passage and out of 2 mountains, which means that if our land is already fixed, we always want a Fabled Passage out of the mountains. Then the way we fix our lands is with 5 plains, which we can search out with the Clay Fire Bricks, 1 island, which again we can search out with the Fabled Passage if we don't need to get the mountain, or we need to fix our land. Because we have 4 Floodfarm Verge. Actually, let me put it here. 4 Floodfarm Verge. Plains and islands turns this into a dual land. So as long as the Clayfire Bricks can turn the Verge on, we'll get our 1 blue pip for the Simulacrum Synthesizer, and the whole deck will turn live. Now we also have 2 Meticulous Archive, which isn't a Plains Island, so we could turn on our Verges that way. And then we have 4 Starting Town, which is 1 mana of any color, which we can also use to cast the Fire Crystal at a pinch. Then we have 1 Adagia, 2 Orthoros, and 1 Fomori Vault. If we have nothing else to do, we can always use Fomori Vault. This is such a hard card to pronounce. Fomori Vault to dig deep into our deck and find the 1 card that we need. Most likely that 1 card is either a United Battlefront or a Repurposing Bay. That's the whole idea of the deck. It's very straightforward, but it's very fun to play. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Willie C13. The mighty Willie. Okay. We're going first. We got Bricks, which will get us a mana number 4 for UB. I think that's pretty good. We'll start on a Starting Town. Novice Inspector. Alright. Yeah, this will give me the blue I need if I need a blue. Let's get a Bricks now. I'm sure that the Convoke deck is... Actually, no, they don't have the Knights anymore. It's not a Convoke. What else can they do? Feathered Flight. Alright. Not too scary of a card, I think. I could just Soul Blade it. I think we do that. No reason to Star Cage his 1 thing. Yeah, and it's tapped out, so this will be pretty nice. 2 for 1? 2 for 1. I mean, I guess 1 for 1 since he gets the card draw right away, and he has a clue if you want to do that. He's gonna use his clue, which means he goes back down to 1 mana. And I didn't even get to get united. Come on, you jerk! Won't even let me unite our battlefront. Alright, our opponent is Nomad Runner. One goes first. Got 2 tap lands though. Oh no, my land is gonna have to come in and play tapped. Yes. I was gonna play anyway. Voice. Voice is pretty annoying. Can't do anything. Just gonna let it die. And not do anything else? Oh, that's wild. Okay. Would he have an artifact removal? That is a question, right? I could Bricks here. Don't think I Bricks here. I could also Braided net. Nah. I don't need an... Oh, the Star Cage. That's what's up. I'm at 13? What happened? What happened to my life total, man? Second voice. cool beams, I suppose. Alright, got an 8. Very painful. Hold on a second. Do I have priority? Let's see. Auto trigger abilities. I don't know why it keeps toggling back on. I don't want it back on. Alright, I want this to happen first. Right, yeah, that would have been done. Would have lost my 3-3 for no reason. So let's station this. This might be better. I don't know. Okay, GG. I guess I got a 3-3 out and they quit. Alright, our opponent is Zavenkill. We get to go first against the Zvens. Alright, Wizros, Flooded Farm, turn 2. That's pretty nice. Wizros first. Black. Alright, we're getting Thoughtseize. Alright. Forsaken Mine. Not getting Thoughtseized, but am getting hit by something, so let's get the bricks out. We get a Plains. It will turn on our Pinnacle Star Cage if I need it. Most likely not playing a Star Cage next turn. Oh, well, he gets to take the Star Cage if he wants. But then I get the Repo Bay if he takes a Star Cage, right? So I would think you take the Repo Bay. That's probably one of the best cards. Yeah, that makes sense. It's gonna warp a 2/2 in? No. Means nothing post combat. Oh, and he has a dude. What is this deck? Do you even play? I play a starting town. I could play the Braided Net. Yeah, that's fine. Eventually, I'll be able to draw a bunch of cards. You got any more duresses? An Unholy Annex. Activated ability cannot be activated. That's not good. Alright, he just duressed me twice and then Unholy Annex me. So now we're gonna meet an issue, huh? And I have another Soul Blade. I can craft, but I don't know if that's doing much. I'll take a red. Can only craft with sorcery speed though. Kill that. Make him use his mana. Again, draw 3 cards and put a third on the top. That's not great. 4 mana to draw 3 cards is not something to write home about. So Guy Lantern. Well, I don't have graveyard no more, so you do you. Oh, that's a card. Alright. We'll Repo Bay. We'll sack the drum. Or the Salt Blade. For 3 mana. Do I want to draw a land? Let's see, I'm going to use 2 mana to play the Blade. And then 2 more mana to sack it. Drawing a land here? Does that do anything for me? I don't think so. A lot of damage, that's for sure. Is he gonna make the demon? No, he's gonna play a speed demon. Okay, plays a speed demon. I can Braided net the speed demon. Oh, I don't want to Braided net the speed demon. I think I. Do I want to Braided net the speed demon though? I can Soul Blade to take this out, and then I can take out the demon. That's not too bad. Myself a 6/6. And he's stationed at 6/6. He can exile my whole graveyard if he wants. That's all he can do. Next turn we can Braided net and turn that into a Fire Crystal. Ritual Chamber. Looks scary, but is not really. Because he's gonna have to block or he dies, I think. Actually, hold on a second. This makes us 7. Let's just do it first. We'll do the math later. Oh, this makes it 8. Then I sack it and make a Fire Crystal. Well, first I tap. That's why the crystal's in the deck. You want to exile my graveyard? $27 damage. Oh, your creature can't block. And your turn 1 Thoughtseize and Tactic when the crapper. GG. Alright, our opponent is Panda Jou. That's cute. Opponent goes first. I mean, we got Perilous Snares for days. Did we get a white or a blue? Probably a... Probably a white still, though. Oh god. Diesel turn 1, huh? We've been having a day. I mean, the worst kind of feeling is where our opponent ropes every turn. Like, no worse feeling than playing a card game and wait for your opponent to make their move. And they just won't do it. Ah, Demir. And a bat. Bat's pretty bad. But at least we don't really have that good of a hand for him to bat. Most of our cards are kind of pointless. But since they're going first, like, we're just going to be behind on tempo every turn, and no way of coming out of it. Jeez. Alright, we gotta start something on the side here, because I think I can create a whole business plan before our opponent attacks. Well, starting town is gonna have to come in. Do we snare Cecil or do we snare the bat? Honestly, like, I don't even know if that matters here, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe I'll have to snare whatever he plays turn 3. Okay, not that. He knows I have a snare. He puts it on Cecil anyway. He wants me to snare the Cecil. Can I please draw the Pinnacle? Let's see this, please. Still got 1 black mana, so it looks like another Cecil, right? That he's not playing. Fomori Vault. I'm just gonna snare this Cecil. Take out the most damage, and I don't really care about the bat. And if he has another bat, I have 2 Battlefronts. So, unless he has 2 more bats, then I'll be mad. Probably a Kaito, not even a Kaito, just a counterspell. Alright, just a counterspell. So. We just do bricks here. Cancel all the life total. I mean, yeah, flip it Drowner. At some point he's gonna Kaito me, right? I'm just gonna snare him again. I'm sure he has a counter spell. So he's keeping his blue open. What's he gonna do? Kill his own bat? No way, right? Alright, we're going down to 8 at very least. Probably 6 next turn if he has another Drowner. No. It's 2 blue. His Kaito's coming. Or not yet. Ooh, a Pinnacle. Okay. Okay. So we could Repurposing Bay. That will give us 3 mana. And we can sack the bricks into the Pinnacle if he doesn't do anything. Otherwise, we'll just cast Pinnacle if he tries to hard counter the Repurposing Bay, I guess. We can also get a Simulacrum, but I guess we probably don't want to do that. Alright, it's letting me take those cards away, so maybe another Drowner? Maybe Curiosity? No, nothing. There's bats. Now what? What did he take? My snare? Okay. Can you play any slower? I mean, I guess we do this. See what the first interaction is. There's a Simulacrum. And I can draw a card. Get a Braided net. Braided net's pretty good. Those are cool cards. They're not gonna be there for long though. I can tap his bat. Do I want to tap his bat? I could also give this Cecil back to him, but he'll have Death Touch. Don't want to give Cecil back to him. Yeah, I don't really want to give Cecil back to him. I also don't want to give the bat back to him. And give those two? That's probably a bad idea. I don't have a 1-drop, so I give Cecil back to him. Get my crystal out. And I'll attack for 8. He takes 8. That's a gutsy move. Maybe he's hoping the Cecil will carry by flipping, but I don't know. Alright, Sewer's not going to help them too much. Unless he has something to reanimate like a Valgavoth. Shoot the sheriff. My sheriff has been shot. Tragic trajectory. Alright, now my other 7/7 is dead. Pinnacle or UB. I think we Pinnacle here. Battlefront's also pretty good, right? Like, what are the odds he countered this? I mean, I get whiff. Pinnacle, and then what do I sacrifice though? I don't really have much I want to sacrifice. That's kind of the problem, right? Battlefront may be able to get me something I sacrifice. Yeah, okay, fine. Get a little greedy here. There we go. We get Spring Lotus Saw Blades, and we'll get the Relic. We'll Saw Blade out the Cecil, and Relic draws us a card. Then we can sacrifice our Relic. Get out another Simulacrum Synthesizer. Those are some good cards. I missed lethal. No, I had no 2-drops, so yeah. Couldn't have gotten lethal. If I had a 2-drop, I could have gotten the lethal there, right? Because I could have sacked the 2-drop into a Synthesizer, then play the Pinnacle. No, the Pinnacle will take out all of my other tokens. So that won't do. But he's got a Decameron Bat, and I'm at 7. El Preacher. I'll tap your bat. Oh, GG. GG. Slow play for days. Alright, our opponent is Sla. Hello, Sla. He's a fervent Sla. We go first. No, that's a good hand to go first on. Got a lot of plays. And hopefully it gets us somewhere afterwards. Never mind. Good hand to win to the shits. Now we gotta just dig deep. Snare. Snare is not what I want. Guess I can snare the Storm Chaser. They got their relic. That's interesting. What do I do here? So I want to probably just Soul Blade this 1/1. Esper color deck. Nurturing Pixie. It's gonna bounce his Talon. Bounces his Relic. Oh, let's draw 2 cards. It's a pretty good play. I need to, I don't know, aggro him before his value gets out of control, because that's a lot of value. Now he's gonna have to discard, right? There's 8 cards? No, 7. Oh, that's a good draw. I would say 2 Synthesizers are where it's at. Do I don't want any of these cards? I mean, Pinnacle's not bad. It's also not great against this deck. I do want to land though. Oh. Well, there we go. Can't give him any time, right? Basically, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Alright, so next turn I'm gonna Bricks into Simulacrum Synthesizer. Cool, let's buy himself time. Totally fair. I don't think he'll have enough mana to get through the 6/6. Okay, get through 1/5/5. You're not gonna play your... Oh, he's got another mana. Well, he got a lot of cards out of that. And the one thing I don't have is a lot of cards. Now I gotta discard a card. Yeah, I don't think I discard the Snare. Attacking is gutsy. Give him that. This will be the biggest power, so I think I do that. United Battlefront. I mean, United Battlefront's a good card. I'm definitely playing it next turn. But, I wish I could get the Bay. Right, the Bay is the most important card. Oh, gonna get a bunch of 1/1s every turn. Pretty broken card. But I would say my card is a little bit more broken, right? FOMO? Or not FOMO, faux something. Faux eye. The Flyer's aggroing us. see what I'm getting out of this. 2 Braided net, huh? Oh, I guess that's a GG. Couldn't fight through all that. Actually, do I have lethal? I could tap 2 of them down and attack with a bunch of 17s. Not lethal, but it's a lot. Alright, our opponent is Stevie. Is that Pi? You missed the decimal there, Mr. Pi. We go first. 2 throws into pinging myself. Oh god. Alright. This is gonna be a fight. I don't really care about pinging myself, right? I also don't have to ping myself, I can just draw a card. I have a land to play next turn. Elves? Ooh, I really want to get rid of his elves. But I also really want to get out the Synthesizer. What is this? Can I put a creature card? Okay. So that's a nothing. I think I want a Star Cage. No, I'm gonna draw a card, right? So I want to tap land out first. Don't need that many. Yes. Star Cage first. Now it's station from here. This is gonna take a while though. Another one of these? Huh. Well, okay, we bricks into a Synthesizer. Oh, those are the cards. Those are the cards. I mean, I definitely want to Repurposing Bay next turn. Fully Station. Fully Station Uthros is gonna add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana for 2. That's pretty good. It's like having a Tolarian Academy, but even more unfair. I can add a lot of blue mana, but the blue manas won't do anything. Right? Because all these cost white mana. So I was thinking about playing these 3 for Repurposing Bay, and then I'll have these 2 to activate Uthros. So instead of 6 mana, I get 8 mana. But even though I have 8 mana, I won't be able to use it for anything because 2 mana goes to sacrifice with the Repurposing Bay, and that's about it. No, never mind. Those creatures are dead. So this just taps to add 4. Is that worth it? I say it is. I can sacrifice the Star Cage, but he'd get his Landward Elf back. Also draw a card. That's a 10-10 worth of damage. I guess I can Relic to make it 11-11 worth of damage. No, let's just attack first. Oh, he's just staying in. That's just a GG. Nice Selesnya deck. Unfortunately, this deck has too much damage output. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those synthesizing games, how does this deck feel? Feels broken? I should say, it feels real broken. The Fire Crystal is such a great inclusion. Whoever thought about that, they deserves a thumbs up, a hand clap, I don't know what else to say, but, a thank you to the whole from this whole Simulacrum community. We love this inclusion. This made this deck so much stronger because of Repurposing Bay. It's a free synthesizer, or a free hasting synthesizer, which now we have that one-turn kill that this deck sorely needed. Now, I'm not saying this is the best deck on the meta. There are a lot of ways to try to counteract this. There's a few decks that I feel like might be a bit faster or might be a bit trickier. And there was a few games where we really had to play around counter spells. And this deck does not play around counter spells that easily because, well, we don't have creatures, so we can't play Cavern of Souls. So that is sort of the slightly downside to this, but until Azorius control becomes the head of the metagame again, this version of the Synthesizer I think is here to stay. And even when it is, even when that deck, even when control deck becomes the dominating side of the meta, there are still things we can do, right? We can try to cut out maybe the starting town, maybe the Fomori Vault, put in some man lands, and we'll still be able to tackle them down. So that's the idea I have for this deck. Really fun deck to play, very strong, and even though I don't want to say this is the top of the top tier, this is definitely at least top tier. This is definitely a tier 1 deck list that can get you a lot of games and get you into Mythic if you want to. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.